Oh my, I have a good story for this one.
Story time. Hey guys, what's up? So today in Tokyo, we'll be asking non-Japanese people about their best and worst experience of living or traveling in Japan. So let's go. How long you guys been in Japan?
Like 5 years?
We've been here for half a year.
2 years.
7 days.
2 days.
2 years.
9 years.
9 years.
3 days.
Just yesterday.
Just a day.
Your best and worst experience so far?
Okay, my best experience is probably like when people approach me and like talk to me.
You know, in Japan, usually people don't do that.
Exactly, yeah. So it's kind of like, wow,
What
friendly.
do they usually talk like when they come? Like, what do they?
It's just like, hey, can we exchange Instagrams and like, I like your style, whatever.
Just the energy
The energy.
of the people. Clean, no flies,
Wow,
no
that's-
rubbish.
In November, Justin Bieber was in Tokyo. And so it was so funny because like everybody was like teaming up to look for him all around Tokyo wherever he went.
Everybody was just working together and just having a good time while doing it. So we met like a lot of people that day and made like a lot of friends.
Actually, snowboarding. Snowboarding is fun here.
I think the food is amazing, like, and also the people in Osaka.
Okay.
I went there; they're so nice, super sympathetic. You end up like drinking sake with them so
Wow.
easily. It's
How do you compare Tokyo? Like, because I've heard like people in Tokyo are a little cold. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Like they're super fast in everything, you know, don't have the same time, but still nice. But in Osaka, it was really a different vibe.
So they're like a party and
Yeah.
like I heard they're very loud and
Yes,
okay,
exactly,
that's cool. Okay, so if
exactly.
you are into drinking and partying, Osaka,
Osaka, yeah,
right, okay.
definitely.
Best one is just going to the bars with the boys, man. You know what I'm saying?
You love the bars here,
Yeah, I
the
love
drinking and all.
bars.
It's good.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's good.
We went to the sumo grand tournament yesterday, which was super cool. It's like once in a lifetime, super
Wow.
surreal.
Okay, my best experience so far is fresh matcha. The lattes,
Oh,
like
alright.
amazing. The cold weather,
Cold weather,
because
like-
it's hot in the Philippines.
I know, that's very hot there, right? And so, what about something that was like not a very pleasant experience? You were like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Something, you know.
Super cold.
You said you like cold weather and you hated cold weather.
Probably just the airport, just a long wait. That's all.
Oh my, I have a good story for this one.
Story time. All right.
I was like 2 months ago, I was on my way to Shibuya and this guy sees me out my station and he turns around and follows me. And then he starts touching himself to me on the train. And then he follows me to Shibuya and he taps my shoulder and he's like, sumimasen. I was like, no! And then I had to like run away.
That you can't eat or drink food around, like walking around. It's an unspoken rule, but it's a rule.
It's a rule.
Yeah, so a few months ago I went to Zeus, the nightclub, and I got COVID. And then I got kicked out of my dorm because I had COVID. And so I had like literally no place to go because the COVID hotels were completely full. So I had to go home to Aomori and my mom had to drive here to pick me up.
What happens if somebody has no relatives, nothing? Then what happens?
I guess you just gotta sleep on the street.
I wouldn't say anything was super bad, but I would say like if you are going out at night, just like it's pretty safe out, but just be careful with like crazy drunk people because they do a lot of stupid stuff.
All right.
I would say like I haven't had a bad experience, like a really bad one yet, but I've had like a lot of crazy drunk people say weird things and do weird things. It's like, okay. They really don't know English. I think it's super hard sometimes, like a restaurant or everything, but yeah, I mean that's okay, and that's my worst experience. So I mean,
How do you manage when like you're really stuck, like you know there's like no communication?
like I see images and I just go with that, and I mean like it's okay, I always survive.
Okay.
Well,
But by the way, before coming to Japan, did you learn a little bit of Japanese or
No,
not
no.
zero?
no, I just like thank
Guys,
you. Like
if you are like zero Japanese, you can still
you
survive.
you can manage.
I'd definitely say probably the language barrier is probably the worst one.
Really? How do you manage that? Like, how good is your Japanese?
I don't know shit, dude. I don't know any Japanese, but
Really? So is it still possible to go to the banks or like post office
Oh,
when
yeah,
you get
yeah,
no
definitely.
problem?
No
All
problem.
good? Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. And for me, my personal good experience, like I have tons of them, but the one that comes right away, makes me smile, is when I'm looking for a place or I'm lost, I'm looking for directions, and I would ask some random Japanese person on the station or at a marketplace. they would literally take me to that place. Even I'm telling them, oh, I got it, I understood. But they would be like, no, we don't want you to get lost. Like, they're like super kind and helpful in that way. So if you're a Japanese person watching this video, thank you very much. Thinking of bad experiences, like honestly, I never had this like terrible bad experience so far in Japan, but I do have these awkward moments in Japan when I am taking trains and people kind of avoid sitting next to me. So in Japan, they have this term called gaijin seat, where people would avoid sitting next to you if you are a foreigner. And it doesn't happen all the time, but once in a while you will experience that if you're traveling or living in Japan. For me personally, I get it. I'm already used to it. But when it's like rush hour, people are tired, people are looking for a seat, they really want to sit, but for some reason they wouldn't sit next to me. And I can see the awkwardness in their eyes as well. Like, they are making this decision now, like, oh, whether they should sit next to me or not. I'm like, dude, just sit down. And then after a while, after 2 or 3 stations, some random person would come in and sit next to me and kills that awkwardness. But yeah, anyways, let me know what about you guys, if you have lived or traveled or living in Japan, your best and worst experience of living in Japan so far. Do let me know that in the comment section below. And please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, smile. Peace.